TV mo fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ ti ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́, ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n, eré wọlé fún tẹrú tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. Diaspora TV mo fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ ti ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́, ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n, eré wọlé fún tẹrú tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. Àjànà kó kọjá mórí nǹkan fèrè, bàbá rere káwí parí. BGI TV, we are the pace setter. Bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n station ti dòde.
Mo kí lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin lọ́mọdé lágbà nínú ilé yìí, mo kí wa wípé a kú déédé àsìkò yìí, àsìkò bójú ọjọ́ ti rí. Aláwìyé Adébáyọ̀ Sábúrì ọmọ bàbá tíṣà lábẹ́òkúta, ẹni tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀. Mo kí wa káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ ti ọjọ́ òní, mo sì kí gbogbo àwọn mùsùlùmí kárí ayé wípé Jumot Mubarak, a kú ewu Jímọ̀ tó lọ. Kọ́lọ́ má fi eléyìí, kọ́lọ́ má fi ṣe àṣemọ fún wa láyé. Síwájú kí n tó máa lọ bí mo ti máa ń sọ gbogbo ìgbà, ẹ jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ fàdúpẹ́ àsìkò yìí dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti ṣe thanks tí wọ́n ti ṣe sí mi. Màá tún fàsìkò yìí sọ fún wa náà pé ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ń wo fídíò yìí bó ti ṣe rànnù lọ, ẹ wo bí tí wọ́n fi sáìn dọ́là sí, special thanks ni wọ́n pè é, ẹ kàn bá mi tẹ̀. Wọn ò ní yọ dọ́là lọ́wọ́ yín o, náírà bí ó bá jẹ́ pọ́n máa yọ owó rárá, náírà ló máa yọ, ó wá lè má ju 1 náírà kìíní kan lọ. Thanks náà ń pè special thanks, ẹlòmíì wọn sì ní yọ kọ́bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ rárá, ẹ bá ti tẹ̀. Èyíkéyìí tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ rí instruction tí wọ́n máa fún ẹ̀yin, ó depend lórí country tẹ́ bá wà. Instruction tí wọ́n bá fún yín tẹ́ bá follow ẹ ti fún mi ní special thanks lórí fídíò tá fẹ́ wò. Bákan náà ni pé ẹ bá buwọ́lù àwọn ìkànnì wa, àwọn channels wa káàkiri, Facebook ní, YouTube ní, àbí Instagram. Lórí Facebook a wà ní Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ with Aláwìyé Adébáyọ̀, lórí YouTube a wà lórí Bàbá Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ TV, lórí Instagram ńkọ́ Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ _22. Bákan náà a wà lórí TikTok wa à ń jẹ́ Bàbá Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ ń bẹ̀ náà. Ẹ wá nǹkan fìdílé tàbí kẹ́ fìdílé nǹkan kẹ́ jẹ́ kájọ jẹ̀gbádùn ètò tuntun tá a tún gbédé lónìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí oríṣiríṣi táwọn èèyàn ń sọ tí wọ́n ń pè mí lest I forget. Ẹ ṣeun o gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mi dá sọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ àtìyàwó, àwọn kan tiẹ̀ pè mí lánàá, bàbá Gbàgede kí ló dé àgbóhùn yín ni, kò sí ní tó ṣe mí o, kókókó lára mi le. Mo gba àwọn ìpè ìkìlọ̀ kan lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ àtìyàwó yẹn, mo gba àwọn ìpè ìkìlọ̀ kan tèmi náà dẹ̀ ronú sí. Yorùbá ní màjàmásá ló nílé ayé, akíkanjú tó bá mọ̀jà tí ó bá mọ̀sá, irú akin bẹ́ẹ̀ máa bógun bòmí lọ ni. Àwọn èèyàn pè mí sákèésí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ àtìyàwó yẹn. Lóòótọ́ mo fi gbàgbọ́ gbé pé kò sí tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀, àmọ́ Fọlọ́nṣọ́ kò gbọ́dọ̀ fi okun ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀, kò gbọ́dọ̀ fi gọ̀pẹ́. Mo rò pé tí mò ń sọ yìí á ti yé ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà tẹ̀ ń wò mí nílé, torí pé wọ́n sọ pé ejò lọ́wọ́ nú nínú ọ̀rọ̀ náà, pé kí n bojú wẹ̀yìn wò, kí n má ṣe àyà gbangba. Èmi náà dẹ̀ mo ti kọ́gbọ́n yẹn lóòótọ́. Kódà láti bí ìjẹta sí jẹrin mò ń pè, mò ń ránṣẹ́ sí wọn ni, torí àwọn owó yẹn àwọn èèyàn sáà ń sẹ́ǹdì ẹ̀ náà ni. Lọ́wọ́ yìí lágbára Ọlọ́run, bóyá àwọn kan ní kí n má sọ iye tá a ti gbà, àwọn kan ní kí n sọ iye tá a ti gbà, ṣùgbọ́n màá sọ general. Lágbára Ọlọ́run owó tá a ti gbà ó ti lé 2 million naira. Owó tá a gbà fún ẹni yẹn ó ti lé ní 2 million naira. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní alákòóso kan gbòógì láti ilé ìdílé ọkọ tí wọ́n mójútó wọn, tó jẹ́ pé àwọn náà wọ́n mọ̀ ń pa nursing, àwọn náà mọ̀ ń pa, ó kàn já wọn traditional, ó ti yé wa. Bàbá yẹn wọ́n ká wọ́n ṣò, torí mo fi kan dán wọn wò nígbà tá a máa ríra, mo rí tú tí wọ́n pa, wọ́n wá jẹ́ kí n fẹ̀yìntì pé tó eléyìí ó tó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún lágbára Ọlọ́run. Èmi náà mo ti ń ṣe gàyà díẹ̀díẹ̀ kó láàrin ọ̀rọ̀ wọn. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá bá mi dá sí pátá ní agbára Ọlọ́run, àtọmọ o àtìyàwó àtọkọ ní mọ̀ nira lágbára Ọlọ́run. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà Nàìjíríà àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lókè òkun ní agbára Ọlọ́run, ayé ò ní dìde ìṣẹ́jú kan fún yín báyìí, wọn ò ní tọrọ orú owó bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yín o. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ ní òsì kan fún wa wípé ní agbára Ọlọ́run mo ti ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, ìyàwó ti ń jẹun, lóòótọ́ ló ti lùsọ ọmọ yẹn, àmọ́ ó ti ń jẹun, ó ti wà okay to some extent, ó ti wà okay. Kò kàn tí lè dìde máa rìn káàkiri, àmọ́ ó ti ń jẹun. Kódà àjọ sọ̀rọ̀ lénìí, ohun ẹ̀ ti jágere pàápàá. Àmọ́ ọkọ confam report sọ pé ẹsẹ̀ ọ̀tún sì wà okay, wọ́n sì lè rí nǹkan ṣe sẹ́sẹ̀ ọ̀tún. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹsẹ̀ òsì yẹn gbogbo tútọ́ pa sí kò respond, ẹsẹ̀ òsì yẹn ò respond, ó ti rún kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹsẹ̀ ti rún kọjá. Ẹsẹ̀ òsì ẹsẹ̀ ọ̀tún wọ́n sì máa tò pé ó sì ní hope lórí yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́sẹ̀ òsì yẹn wọ́n ní kó gbàgbé ẹ̀, wọ́n ní kó gbàgbé ẹ̀, wọ́n ní kó gbàgbé ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé tá a bá wò lóòótọ́ ẹsẹ̀ òsì ló dàbí pa máa fi ń tẹ tọ́tù, la máa fi ń tẹ bírèkì. Mo rò pẹ́sẹ̀ yẹn gangan ni kíní yẹn affect ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ. So ìgbà tẹ́mi rí last méjèèjì ni mo mọ̀ tó ẹ̀jẹ̀ mi tí ẹ lè wò, àmọ́ wọ́n rí solution sí ẹsẹ̀ ọ̀tún, but òsì yẹn wọ́n ní ká gbàgbé ẹ̀. So torí àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan tí wọ́n ń dà mí láàmú pé bàbá gbàgede báwo ni condition wọn. Ṣé mọ̀ pé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò mí, abiyamọ ayé ni gbogbo yín, ẹ kì í ṣe abiyamọ rere téèyàn fi ń tọrọ abiyamọ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ni gbogbo yín. Torí ìwà tẹ́ ó yà mí lẹ́nu. Ẹlòmíì ò tiẹ̀ wo pé mò ń sọ ohun tó wọn ò like, ó tún dá sí, ó tún bá wa dá sí. Kódà ní ọjọ́ tí mo ti ń gba owó fún èèyàn lórí program mi, títa àwọn obìnrin àtọkùnrin wà very 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 outstanding, very, ó yà mí lẹ́nu gan, because with this short period of time àwọn èèyàn respond gan ju bí mo ṣe rò lọ. We have spent well over 2 million naira fátọkọ àtìyàwó ní agbára Ọlọ́run. Mo ní receipt gbogbo ẹ o, tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ kí n kó wa ẹ ṣàkọ sí comment that you want to see proof, you want to see receipt. Last time tí mo lọ mo ṣe recording ọkọ àtìyàwó, mo ráyè ṣe, àmọ́ advice tí mo gbọ́ ó jẹ́ kí n, ó ti yé yín tẹ́ ń wò mí léṣà, ó ti yé yín. Èmi náà ti ṣe gàyà díẹ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó ń túyàn lẹ̀ kóun fúnra ẹ̀ má lọ wà lórí ìdè, Ọlọ́run ló ṣọ̀yàn fẹ́ni bá ṣọ́ra ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ àgbé tí wọ́n sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ lónìí. Gbogbo ìgbà ni máa ń fọ́nbù wípé mo fi oògùn Bọ́lá Tinubu gbárí lórí àwọn nǹkan tí ọmọkùnrin yẹn ń ṣe. Ó lè má tí ì yọ fáwa tá a nífẹ̀ẹ́, ó lè má tí ì yọ bá a ṣe fẹ́, ó lè má, ohun tó ń ṣe yẹn lè má tí ì fojú hàn dáadáa ní bá a ṣe rò. Kódà fáwa tá a nífẹ̀ẹ́ pàápàá, fáwa tá a nífẹ̀ẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ kó tún fàsìkò yìí sọ pé mo sorry fún gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó jẹ́ pé mo ti fi ìbínú react sí. Someone made me to realize that ṣòro àtẹ̀ntó against ẹ̀ àtẹ̀ntó like ẹ̀ gbogbo wọn ni kó accommodate sórí program yìí. Àwọn tó against ẹ̀ gan ń tán máa ń kọ, you will learn from it. It is true. Everybody should be able to say his or her own mind nígbà tó bá wò tí èmi bá sọ tí ò bá like ẹ̀, ìdí tí ò fi like ẹ̀ á sọ fún ẹ lára àtàrà àwọn comment téèyàn máa kà. So everybody is free. Ẹnìkan ní ṣé mo fẹ́ shut àwọn up ni, ṣé mo fẹ́ restrict àwọn ni, that we cannot do without watching your video, but you must allow us to say our mind. You are free to say your mind, and I promise one thing to God Almighty who made me, I will never from today answer anybody anymore. Ìní dẹ́nikẹ́ni ló mọ̀, màá respect opinion yín pé that is your own personal opinion. The only thing tí mi ní like ni kéèyàn attack mi àti family mi bí irú tẹ́ni yẹn kọ́ ń jọ yẹn pé tìrantìran lòun máa parẹ́, yẹn nìkan ni mi ní entertain. If you wanna criticize me constructively, ntí mo like nìyẹn. So lẹ́nìí mo ní àwọn good news méjì tí mo kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ fi bẹ̀rẹ̀. Àkọ́kọ́ ni pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ti sọ Tinubu di pé ó fọ́ọ̀jì rìsọ́ọ̀tì ní ó ṣe kinní kan ní. The man kept quiet látọjọ́ yìí, ẹ rí pé kò sọ̀rọ̀. Bàbá ṣé lóòótọ́ lẹ fọ́ọ̀jì, ṣé lóòótọ́ lẹ ní certificate, ṣé lóòótọ́ lẹ mẹ́tò bí yín, ṣé lóòótọ́ lóríṣiríṣi, ṣé lóòótọ́ kò sọ kó. But to my dismay, mo ṣàlàbápàdé fídíò kan lánàá, but mi ṣe program lánàá. At last Bola Tinubu voice out and he responded to everything everybody sọ. Ó tiẹ̀ tí n kò jẹ́ pé Bọ̀dé George pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìlérí bàbá yẹn pé tí Tinubu bá wọlé that he will go to exile or he will go to exile, bóyá he will go on exile then mi mọ ìbò yẹn sọ ẹ má bínú o. But to my dismay, I only discovered that the man still stay back in Nigeria and he turned himself to agent of criticism unconstructively. Wọ́n kàn criticize anybody anything tó bá ti jọ mọ́ Tinubu. I listened to one of his video tí bàbá yẹn ti criticize gan, mo kàn rẹ́rìn-ín pé bàbá yìí at your age you don't need it. We are all Yorubas. Even at that, even let's say gbogbo tó ń sọ mọ́ Tinubu yẹn, let's say òótọ́ ni. If Tinubu happens to be a northerner tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ president, wàláì bọ̀rọ̀ bùkàbà àwọn northerners àwọn north máa dúró pa ni wípé ìbá kódà kó ṣe kitchen certificate lónìí, kó jẹ́nu kitchen náà ti fún báyìí pé ó kàn mú mi gbé kaná o, kó jẹ́ certificate yẹn ló fi wọlé. Àwọn northerners ló tẹ́ àwọn lọ́rùn nítorí they so much respect themselves, they so much love themselves, then they respect the office of president too much, and that is why tẹ́ fi rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn tó fi succeed tó fi jẹ́ pé from one northerner to the other ni torí pé they know the ethics of life. They don't just open their mouth and talk anyhow. Mo fi tọmọ Abacha ṣe example fún wájọ́ kìíní àná pé if ọmọ Abacha àti Major Al-Mustapha were to be Yorubas, àwọn méjì lè ti pokùnso ní ntọ́mọ Yorùbá ti fojú wọn rí. But ohun tá a dédé rí ni pé ọmọ Abacha ṣé Muhammed kí ló jẹ́ akọ̀dédé rí pópá kò ti governorship. Ó dẹ̀ láwọn tó tẹ̀lé kò kàn jẹ́ candidate major party ni, ọbẹ̀ tó láwọn tó tẹ̀lé. Ení nìyẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kejì Major Al-Mustapha gbogbo alárí ó gbàpò ti presidency, ó ṣàláwọn tó tẹ̀lé despite gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣe. Àwọn ọ̀ràn ìrántí mọ́ wọn ti ẹ̀ daṣọ mọ́. Àfàwa Yorùbá nìkan ló jẹ́ pé ní gbogbo ìgbà àtakò ṣáá. Tá a bá ti kórìíra ẹnìkan á ti kórìíra ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ẹṣin ẹ̀ kò ní ga lójú wa kó ṣe dáadáa o, a ní rí dáadáa tó ṣe. Burúkú yẹn la máa fẹ́ kó ṣe, láti máa bá tàn káàkiri, la máa bá gbé kiri bí news, even when those rumors are mere rumors, even when they are mere rumors tí wọ́n lè substantiate ẹ̀, àwa máa tàn ká báyìí ní Yorùbá. Àkìdẹ́ ń gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá ló sọ pé iyán ogún ọdún ó sì ń gbóná. Àwọn náà dẹ̀ sọ pé bá gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ àná ànírẹ́ nìkan àbáṣeré, èwo ni ká wá mú nú ẹ̀, èwo ni ká mú. Bọ̀dé George lẹ́yìn tó ti lérí léka pé tí Tinubu bá wọlé òun máa kúrò Nàìjíríà, he doesn't leave, he still stay back. But to my dismay, níṣe la rí fídíò tó fi ń takò Tinubu. Ẹ jẹ́ fi fídíò yẹn wọlé àti response tí Tinubu wá padà fún gbogbo èèyàn tó ń sọ nípa certificate látijọ́ ìpé ó fọ́ọ̀jì ni, kò mọ bá ti kò mọ date of birth ẹ̀, wọn bí sílé ayé pàápàá, ẹlòmíì tẹ̀ ni wọn bí sílé ayé. Tó bá fi certificate original ẹ̀ náà tó fi hàn gbogbo ayé, wọ́n á ní kó lọ ṣe DNA bóyá dé èèyàn ni. Ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀gá tí Bọ̀dé George sọ.
I can bet you any amount of money. Let Bola bring out the certificate of his primary school, his secondary school, and the university he attended. We want to see them. Because I remember in 1998 or 1999, when we had the elections, you know, Afikuyomi was the one. When they raised them, pulled his papers that he filled to INEC, they now asked him to produce all those papers. He said he went to Government College Ibadan and the children home school in Ibadan. We went there, we checked. What year? Where's your certificate? Nothing. When they were going to hoist him, he quickly said that it wasn't him that signed it, it was Afikuyomi that filled it. You look, your certificate, if you have genuine certificate, you went to a particular school, you must have friends who, because you won't be the only one in that college. Let's see them. I am shocked that Ogunlewe will be saying this in public. He knows for real that this fellow doesn't have all these certificates, and I'm not hiding it. Let him bring them out. Look.
Dated padà Bàbá Ọlábọ̀dé George, àwọn ni wọ́n bọ́ tó bẹ́ẹ̀. He doesn't have primary school certificate, he doesn't have secondary school certificate, he does not have university certificate. Mo wá rò lọ́kàn mi pé ṣé nígbà tí wọ́n bí Tinubu kò tí ẹ lọ léèwé rárá, ṣé aláàrú ló fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbèsè ayé ẹ̀ ni? Ó wá ṣe aláàrú yẹn títí tó fi dàgbà. Iṣẹ́ aláàrú yẹn náà wá fi gbà sínú Shell Petroleum tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ abẹ́ NNPC rádà. Ṣé NNPC ni àbí Shell? Mo sábà pé iṣẹ́ ilé epo kan rí, ó ṣiṣẹ́ ní company ìtàn wà ní Shell Oil rí. Èní nìyẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kejì, aláàrú yẹn náà ló ṣe tó fi lọ ìlú òyìnbó. Gbogbo àwọn bí ńláńláńlá tó ti ṣe tó ti dọ̀gárí yẹn kò rí sátífíkẹ́ẹ̀tì kó lẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. Irọ́ ló pa lórí primary school, ó fi primary school ẹ̀ ó fi jẹja ní, kò lọ léèwé trout, ẹja ló ń jẹ àbí ẹran àbò lọ bá wọn taná mọ̀. Àwọn practical questions tí mo fẹ́ bi àwa tá à ń pariwo pé fake result ló lò láti primary, àwa yẹn ni mò ń bá wí, àti bàbá Bọ̀dé George. He doesn't have primary school, he doesn't have secondary school. Even ọmọ tálíkà tálákùtà àti ẹ̀sìn lọ léèwé kan náà níbi táyé mọ́jú dé, let alone èèyàn tó rise to the top. Kò sí tó fẹ́ kù té ipò téèyàn dé láyé tí ò dé rí. Ó ṣọ̀gá iléeṣẹ́ rí, ó ṣe gọ́fúnà rí, ó ṣe sẹ́nétọ̀ rí kó tó máa ṣe president. For you people now to come out and be telling me that such man does not have any result at all, does not have any certificate at all. Òyìnbó tó ń sọ yẹn ṣé èdè abínibí ẹ̀ ní ni? Báwo ló ṣe gbóyìnbó gbà tí ò lọ léèwé? Ta ló kọ́? Ṣé private teacher ló gbà ni? Ok, gbà tó wá gba private teacher yẹn kí ló wá fi exam, kò fi ṣe exam rárá ni, kò lọ secondary school rárá. Result èèyàn ló jí gbé tó fi wáyà institution. Àwọn technical questions tó yẹ káwa gan máa bira wa rè ká tó máa lanu against tí Tinubu bá sọ àbí against tí tá à ń sọ wípé lórí certificate Tinubu. Now Tinubu ti dá wọn lóhùn fún rẹ̀ for the first time. The man open up on the issue. Gbogbo n tó ní kálukú ti sọ káàkiri, he later opened up. Ẹgbọ́n kan tí Tinubu fi dá wọn lóhùn.
Dated March 29, 1952, and the family record. I didn't think then, that day, I've determined to be or decided to be a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. My record is consistent, and the school and the university, they question, they now convinced that they wasted their money and their time. I'm not claiming another father. I am Tinubu and Tinubu proper. If they want a DNA, they could as well require for one. As attested to that, now I can announce that I've received my original replacement degree certificate from them. Deloitte trained me as an accounting firm. Mobile has attested to my record, a standing record. I got to the pinnacle of my career in the private sector. Who among them can brag about that?
ExxonMobil build me. Ṣé ti gbọ́ báyìí? ExxonMobil ló ti ṣiṣẹ́ mo ti rántí. ExxonMobil akàn gba illiterate ṣá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ náà on a good day. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ bira wa léèrè wọ́n náà wọ́n. If this man is really illiterate, kò ní secondary, kò ní primary, kò ní secondary, fake result ní primary, fake result ní secondary, fail out ní primary, bóyá ó tiẹ̀ lọ́kè, bóyá ó lọ primary ó wá fail out. Ẹni bá lọ fail out primary á tún wọ secondary àbí ó tún lo ẹsẹ̀. Àgbámọ́gàjì náà ló lo ẹsẹ̀ fún wọ secondary. Ó tún fail out to secondary. Ó wá lọ university, ó tún wá fail out. Ní òfin ní result kankan bẹ̀. Tá a bá fẹ́ criticize ẹ̀jẹ̀ á máa ro làákàyè. Nígbà tó wá ṣe tán yẹn fake result náà ló fi wọ ExxonMobil. Ẹgbọ́n tó sọ fún wọn, only many of them can brag about as I am bragging now. Onítẹ̀ bá ṣe DNA, I am Tinubu. If you want to do DNA, go and do it. Kí ló dé tá mind the business tara wa? Why don't we leave this man alone? Why don't we let him be and let him concentrate on the renovation of Nigeria? Sherry, our value for certificate in Nigeria is just too much. There are a lot of people out there tó jẹ́ pé they are with their senses and they don't have opportunity of even going to school, but they can perform even better than ẹni tí ò ní tó ní certificate lọ. Mi mọ̀ bóyá ní picture yẹn lọ́wọ́. There is this guy that I saw. Wọ́n ní pé fóyá mi mọ̀ ìgbà tán ló ti ń pàdé dare as lawyer, whereas fake lawyer ni. Òun nìkan dẹ̀ win 20 kìíní kan cases. Even ó nu àwọn tí wọ́n wà well trained as lawyer. Bí i 26 cases lòun nìkan ti win, and he's a fake lawyer. Kó tó di pọ́wọ́ padà tó. Ìgbà tí mo rí caption yẹn mo ń bira mi pé what become the man's fate now, because he has been winning cases. So it means he has the ability in himself, but he has no opportunity to go to law school. If as an illiterate, as a quack lawyer, as a qualified lawyer, as untrained lawyer, he can win, or he could win 26 cases facing the so-called versatile lawyers, and he won case against them, and he performed like that. So what are we? Why are we now giving values to certificate? Must be. There is one country, mi rántí country tó jẹ́ mo ti rí kà láàárọ̀ yìí, illiterate ni president wọn. University tó lọ rí, and he's performing brilliantly. It's that time we stop emphasizing on certificate always. Tẹ́ bá dé àwọn companies kọ̀ọ̀kan náà, they will tell you they want 25 years experience, and then let one young graduate. You are looking for a young graduate that is not even up to 20 years, and you are asking for 5-6 years experience. If Tinubu has this thing in his core, forget about certificate, forget about anything. Let him do whatever he wants to do. Although gbogbo eléyìí is a political gimmick, kò jọ mí lójú. Every politician always look for loopholes to score points on his opponent. That is what we call politics. So what you politicize everything, and that is why you see the elite coming on and against this man, because they been looking for avenue láti against ẹ láti ilẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. láti dájú ìjọba yẹn rú tó dà pé kò ní rule, kò ní lè rí gbogbo àṣẹ tó yẹ kó pa, tó jẹ́ táwọn bá pa kò ní gbọ́, kò ní lè rí ṣe. They're looking for every avenue to weigh him down, to let him fall, so that they will not have the opportunity, they will have the opportunity to continue embezzling. To continue embezzling money. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni lọ́ọ̀yà yẹn ni kò lọ law school, ó dẹ̀ win 26 cases. Kí ni ká ṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn? Ṣé ká ní kán dá gbogbo cases tó ti win padà ni? Ká ní kán dá padà, àbí kí ilé ẹjọ́ jádọ́ pé kán lọ tì mẹ́wọ̀n for impersonation? We can see ourselves now. Ẹ wáyé wa lóde, value ta lọ so mọ́ certificate, ta so mọ́ ìwé, ó ti pọ̀ ju brain táwọn ètò ẹlòmíì ní tó bá display ẹ̀, but I deny ẹ̀ because he doesn't have certificate. Àìmọye ẹni tó yẹ kó wà nípò kan kó wúlò fún Nàìjíríà, kó wúlò fún development of this country, but torí kò ní certificate we deny him. Òun náà tiẹ̀ ní wá, òun náà ní wá apply fún nǹkan yẹn torí pé kò ní certificate. Ẹ wọ àwọn of recent àwọn tó dìde lórí social media sí, ìmí ṣe plane, ìmí ṣe mọ́tò, ǹjẹ́ bí lípẹ́ tí ó kàwé wà nù wọn? Kan wá sọ pé torí kò kàwé n tó ṣe yẹn is null and void. We too attach too much importance to certificate in this country. Àmọ́ àwọn countries tán lábọ̀ torí this man is a graduate. Àwọn ọ̀pọ̀ tó ti dérí ẹgbàgbé pò òṣèlú nítayé, àwọn ọ̀pọ̀ tó ti dérí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ mọ̀ pé illiterate cannot get there in this country. All of us know that illiterate cannot get there. Ẹ wọ ọmọkùnrin yẹn ṣe lọ́ọ̀yà yìí, lọ́ọ̀yà ni ó dẹ̀ látọdún yìí tó ti lọ parade ààrẹ as lọ́ọ̀yà, tí ó bá pàfọ́ọ̀mù ní law court ní court of law wọ́n á ti mú tipẹ́tipẹ́ because a novice, ṣé novice kan lè ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn ni? It means pé òun náà quote àwọn judicial precedents níbẹ̀, it means pé òun náà quote àwọn constitution kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ̀ ló fi di lọ́ọ̀yà tó fi ń win ní case. He won 26 cases and he fought against, he faced qualified lawyers, ó dẹ̀ beat wọn, and he was never a lawyer ní gbogbo ìgbà tó ń jà wọ́n jà ẹ̀. So that is life for you. If someone has the IQ, if someone has the quality up there, ẹ jẹ́ ká fún ní àyè kó display tó ní. Irú ọ̀gbẹ́ni ìsìn tí court bá fẹ́ ṣe dáadáa kọ́kàn ní kó lọ law school ni, and I'm too sure he's going to be the best graduating student nígbà ní sẹ́ẹ̀tì ẹ̀gbà tó bá máa graduate. 26 cases to his kitty. I couldn't imagine. Mo ka news yẹn, I was shocked. How can a man be an illiterate, a novice in law, yet he won 26 cases? Báwo ló ṣe ṣe? So ẹnìkan send the write up kan sí mi rẹ̀ bàbá gbàgede ẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ máa lò ó, mo ní màá lò. Ẹni President Bola Tinubu is perhaps the first Nigerian leader who was prepared for the presidency, wasn't sponsored by anybody, and who is without a godfather. Mo sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí níjẹta fídíò mi tí mo ṣe. Ẹni he doesn't have a godfather. Nobody, group, region or power center can boldly claim to have made Bola Tinubu the president of Nigeria. Ẹni yẹn sọ pé it is a fact in Yoruba Southwest, even the highest level of Afenifere leadership betrayed him. Chief Ayo Adebanjo fought him to stand still. Chief Bode George swore that he won't get near the office. General Olusegun Obasanjo lost control totally and came all out to campaign against him. Parube Fashoranti supported him, but the poor man was too old and he wasn't so influential. Members of his innermost circles, men like Rauf Aregbesola, Babafemi Ojodu, Yemi Osinbajo etc., openly challenged and betrayed him. The majority of youths of Yorubas of Yoruba lands were swayed by propaganda to hate him. Lagos State voted against him, and so also his supposed state of origin Osun. MC Oluomo can't say he delivered Lagos State to him. We can't say Yoruba people made him. In the Igbo southeast, he was openly looted. They hated him, they despised him, they lied against him, they went about the worst calumnious campaigns against him. Senator Orji Uzor Kalu and Chris Ngige, even as APC party members, avoided him. We can't say Igbo people made him. That will be a very crazy thing to say. The Hausa Fulanis made him. The Hausa Fulanis of the northwest were not committed to him. He lost in Kaduna of El-Rufai and in Katsina of a sitting president, Buhari. It doesn't make sense to think or believe that they truly made him president. 4. The cabals of the presidency and the establishment of Nigeria didn't show their faces as they have always done in the past. Instead, Fulani bandits increased their tempo of violent killings and kidnappings. ASUU was inspired and frustrated to make our youth sit at home for unprecedented length of time. Deliberate actions of Chris Ngige. CBN struck and criticism were made to go through the citizens were made to go through the worst period of sovereigns in peacetime Nigeria. NNPC struck and the fuel queues went for unprecedented length of time. NEPA struck and for several months we were hearing of collapse of national grid. All of this happening at the same time towards and all important presidential elections where an APC candidate was involved in an APC administration. The turned public opinion against him through the APC and the presidency pretended not to notice or moved. Surely they were not with him. Not even the sitting president was with him. We can't say he was sponsored by the Muslims and the Christians were given an overdose of opium to hate him, especially for Muslim ticket, and because of the lying Christian lobby sentiments. Bishop Oyedepo was openly against him. Pastor Eneche took it very violently personal. Even known Pastor Prinius in Nigeria saw the worst of evil dreams and published satanic prophecies about Tinubu. Daddy Gio can't beat his chest that he raised a finger for Tinubu. He had Yemi Osinbajo and Remi Tinubu to manage. The Middle Belt was totally swayed away from him on account of Christian religion, so we can't say Plateau governor helped him on account of being appointed Director General of Presidential Campaign. The powerful militants of Delta State supported him, but he lost woefully. Asari Dokubo stuck out his neck in Bayelsa State, but Asiwaju didn't win. Wike tried for him, but even the margin of victory wasn't huge enough for him to have claimed any major influence in the victory. Every single odds were against Asiwaju Bola Tinubu towards the presidency. Even his party chairman tried to rob him of the party's ticket in the days heading to the primary. God alone in his infinite mercies wrought the miracle for him, and he did it through the most unlikely route. Peter Obi and his Obingos, quite unwittingly and surely without intention, by their own hateful machination and naivety, caused the pendulum of swing in Tinubu's favor. Obi and his obedience make Bola Tinubu presidency happen. They didn't intend it, so we can't say they made him. God used them for Tinubu. It is true, the words of our elders, when God is working to make good things happen for you, he sometimes does it by the hands of your enemies. And as they go about the task God gave them, because you weren't privy to God's design, you will take it that God was doing bad things to you. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has come into the presidency with all of his qualities minus Godfather. Nobody will boast he made him. He will be the best president we have ever had in Nigeria history. Adedamola Adetayo, 20th of June 2023. This write-up was written by the said man, Adedamola Adetayo, and that man sent it to me yesterday, one of my fans from US. So àwọn nǹkan tá ń rí tí Tinubu ń gbé ṣe tí mo tún fẹ́ kí oníkálùkù wa mọ̀, ó ní good news tí mo ní fáwọn ará diaspora. Láyé ìgbà kan láìpẹ́ yìí, gbogbo ò tí ju bí late last month stroke early this month, tí àwọn aráàlú òyìnbó pè mí, tí màmá kan ṣe voice note tí wọ́n sọ fún mi pé bàbá gbàgede ìyà tí wọ́n fi ń jẹ àwọn ní Nigeria house láwọn embassies káàkiri wọ́n ló pọ̀ o. Mo ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Wọ́n ní láti gba international passport jáde, wọ́n ló nira gidi. As if Tinubu had, to my dismay, I only discovered that he chose a man as Senator of Internal Affairs, Minister of Internal Affairs, or Minister of Interior, so to speak. That man really listened to the poor masses' voice, most especially those in diaspora. Àwa tá kọ́kọ́ wà nílé about 3 weeks ago, man yẹn perform wonder, because gbogbo ẹni tó ti ṣe passport sílẹ̀ tó ti sanwó, torí pé wọn ò sanwó fast track táwọn immigration máa ń gbà, wọn ò rí passport wọn gbà, wọn ò dẹ̀ ṣe for the past 2, 3, 4 months. When the man got there, ó sọ òótọ́ pé I met bad luck of passports, of international passports, and I'm promising Nigerians that ó pẹ́ jù in 2 weeks time I will make sure I cleared everything, that all citizens will have access to their international passport. But to our dismay, we only discovered that within 3 weeks, the man fulfilled his promise as a Minister of Interior, of which wọ́n tún sọ lórí media pé gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní international passport ní immigration ẹ sọ fún wọn kí wọ́n lọ gba passport wọn ti ready within 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. Then he came to some media and make apology that they couldn't meet up on that 2 weeks, but as of the 3rd week they have settled everything. So the people in diaspora started asking, what about them? I have good news for you, all of you in diaspora, wípé the same Minister of Interior ó ti gbọ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe oríṣiríṣi àwọn announcement, kódà to the extent that àwọn only corruption pọ̀ láwọn ìlú òyìnbó nítorí wípé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbé UK, you have to come down to London láti wá ṣe biodata àti àwọn kankan tó yẹ kẹ́ ṣe yẹn. Wọ́n ní pé nísìn àwọn máa gbé gbogbo àwọn kinní yẹn sí ìlú kọ̀ọ̀kan káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ Europe, débi pé wọ́n tó ń gbé Láfẹnwá, all you need to do is go to the center tó wà ní Láfẹnwá, do your biometric, do everything whatever you want to do, sit back at home, they will come and give you your passport. So you don't need to travel all the way from Ṣàgámù down to Láfẹnwá more. All you need to do is sit back at home. Whenever you want to do anything, go to your center ní Ṣàgámù ẹ̀ńbẹ̀ náà, lọ ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó bá máa ṣe, go back home within bóyá 2 days they will come and give you your passport. This is what this man announced that ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní gbogbo the whole world, kò ń ṣe Europe nìkan. So very soon that succor is coming to you people, courtesy Tinubu's administration. So mo máa sọ fún wa gbogbo ìgbà pé what we need is to be patient for that man. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe sùúrù fún ìjọba yẹn. Èmi mọ̀ pé very soon we are going to laugh in Nigeria. Do you know why I'm crazy about him? Because he has done it once. Èmi ti rí ibi tó ti ṣèjọba rí. Ẹlòmíì lè ṣàdúrà may Lagos State never happen to him. I pray may Lagos State happen to me. Irú àtúnṣe tó bá lu Èkó kọ́ ló ń jẹ́ kí irú àtúnṣe yẹn bá gbèsè ayé tèmi náà. Facelift of Lagos State now, you wouldn't believe it. If this man is the one handling Lagos State and he has done it to that level, let him do Nigeria like that. Mo fẹ́ kọ́ ló ń fi ṣe passion ni, and that is why I'm so passionate about him. Mo fẹ́ kọ́ ló ń fi ṣe passion kó fi ná gbogbo àwọn elite Nigeria tẹ̀. Ètí mo fẹ́ kọ́ ló ń ṣe nìyẹn. Ó ìjọba ẹ̀ o àti rí flop níbi tó wà o, kì í ṣe pé ìjọba yẹn wà perfect. No, because this is starting point. This is starting point. Tó bá bí ọmọ tọ́mọ bá ṣẹ̀ dìde tó ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ máa rìn, dandan ni kó ṣubú kó dìde, kó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yẹn gántán kó ṣubú kó dìde. Téèyàn bá ń criticize ọmọ ẹ̀ pé ọ̀lẹ òṣì orí kò lè rìn, kò ní rìn láéláé, irọ́ lèèyàn pa ọ́. Lójú ayé èèyàn lọmọ ẹ ṣe máa padà dìde. Rírìn ní kọ́kọ́ á tún sáré pàápàá. Kódà ó lè padà di Usain Bolt lọ́la tó máa jẹ́ one of the fastest man on earth. Bí life ṣe rí nìyẹn. So try and error ṣì níjọba Tinubu wà. Try and error níjọba ẹ̀ wà for now. And I believe we cannot criticize him because the government is still very new and very young, not up to 6 months in office. But that government must have listening ears. Torí pé àwa máa criticize ibi tó yẹ ká criticize sí. When we see something that is not palatable in that government, a máa criticize ẹ̀ pé eléyìí àfẹ́ eléyìí. Bí irú ta sọ ní ìjẹta lórí ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́tò tó fẹ́ rà. In totality on behalf of the whole Nigeria, mo sọ pé no. Nigeria said no to that car. And if that government should purchase the car, we term it as the government has no listening ears. Because for you to succeed in your government, you must do something that is different from what all others the previous government has been doing, so that you will have different results. You cannot be doing everything, so you cannot be doing something every day and you expect different results. No. If you start doing the same thing every day, you will be having the same result. Ìjọba Buhari kọ́ lélẹ̀ ìjọba Tinubu ni. It's different from ìjọba Goodluck. It's different from ìjọba Ọbásanjọ́. It's different from ìjọba Buhari. So Tinubu must do something that is different from the previous government tá ti dárúkọ yìí. So that Nigerians are expecting a lot from that government. We are thinking that government might be our last hope. According to him, renewed hope náà pè jọba yẹn. Let that government be palatable for us at the end of the day. Having said that, pẹ̀lú gbogbo criticism tá ń rí, máa yẹn the Minister for Internal Affairs, máa yẹn wá sórí, in fact Arise TV àwọn gan gbà lọ́gàá pé no, Tinubu rí wọ ìyàn. And I know even the enemy of Tinubu commend that government for nominating such round peg in the round hole. Even Rufai has no choice than to commend that man. Rufai that has never seen anything good in this government, he had no choice than to commend that man, because it's really working. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tí máa yẹn sọ.
Is it to cost you if you go online to apply for a passport? Because a lot of people do not know the real price, because people apply through proxies that charge extra amounts on them. And how are you going to ensure that the technology you're going to put in place sustains? Because before you know it, a lot of people in the personnel will make it possible to frustrate the technology and will not carry on with the process, and you still have that human contact. And I just got a message here from Twitter. People in the UK say they've not got their passports. So other countries around the world, Nigerian embassies, they're saying they have not gotten their passports. Minister?
Okay, thank you very much. Let me start from the last part, if you don't mind,
yes.
So that, the correctional service is one I would really want to take time to explain. Yes. Let me start from the issue of Nigerians in diaspora. We're working very hard on that. I'll tell you the major problem. The major problem in Nigeria with diaspora is that, I'll give you an example of Canada, for example. I always give that example. Canada is the second biggest nation on earth in terms of land mass, only second to Russia. Now, Canada has only one passport office. That is unacceptable. And of course, government might not be able to afford creating passport offices all over and whatever. But we have to look at how to collaborate with private sector. And that's why we have said, by the grace of God, by February latest next year, that's the date we've given, we will have passport front offices all over the world. For instance, in UK, you have to, if you are in Aberdeen, or you are in Dundee, or you are in Cardiff, or you're in Manchester, or in Birmingham, or Wolverhampton, you have to come all the way to London for your passport. And because of that, once there is an over demand for something, corruption sets in. People try to take advantage. So the best way to avoid corruption is to make these things available to people at the doorstep. And it's not just going to be in diaspora. I'll give you an example. If you are in Lagos, or you are in Abuja, nothing stops you if you are living in Lokogoma, you are living in Wuse or in Metama. Why can't you have a place you can walk in for your capture and know that you get these things at home? So these are the things we're trying to do by creating front offices. But I can assure those that have been captured in the diaspora, we are working very hard to make sure that we solve these problems, because we have a lot of issues with regards to even getting dates for people because of the population vis-a-vis the facility. So I can assure them that we're working very hard, and we have sorted the domestic issues. Now we are focused on the diaspora, and in the next 2-3 weeks, by the grace of God, we will make sure, I like to be held responsible for what I say. We'll make sure that those that have been captured get their passports within the next 2-3 weeks in diaspora. That's one. And also, by February, we'll make sure that there will be a seamless thing. We will take passport offices closer to them, just for the purpose of biometric capture. And of course, they will not need to go to the embassy to be captured. They will not need to go to the embassy to collect their passport as it is now. They will be able to sit in their homes and get that. That is that about that. Then on the issue of, you asked me about the issue of the correctional center. I'm happy with what you said.
How much is it now?
Okay, yes, the
get
price.
Passport?
Thank you.
Not additive fee, just passport.
Okay, for the... No, I understand. It skipped my mind. My apologies. For the price, if it's a 5-year passport, which is about 34 pages, it's 35,000 naira. That's it. If it's a 10-year passport, which is 64 pages, it is 70,000 naira. That is the price. And I personally don't understand why people will be using proxies at this point. Why I said so is that payment is online. You pay online, then you just go for capture. I understand the whole congestion in the whole process. Maybe that was why people were using proxies before now. But I want to plead with our people that this is what you can do on your own. And by December, even your document, everything, even your passport picture will be uploaded online. The only thing is your fingerprint. Nobody will do your fingerprint in your absence. So please do not pay to anybody. I want to specially plead, do not pay to anybody. It's 35,000 and 70,000. And let me also use this opportunity to say this. I'm also trying to look at possibility of reviewing our passport policy. I personally think, just like it's done in the US, like it's done in UK, we might need to adapt one way or the other, because if for people under the age of 18, I think we can do 5-year passport for them. It's still an idea still working up, we'll still engage in consultations to get the buy-in of critical stakeholders. But for people above 18, I think 10-year passport should be what we should have, like it's done in most of other countries. Why? It's because it also helps us to reduce congestion. It helps us to reduce workload, because it means that if you have a 10-year passport, we are not expecting you to come and renew unless you misplace your passport. We are not expecting you to come and renew in the next 10 years. But if it's 5 years, the rate of renewal keeps increasing. And by and large, 35,000, 70,000 is still the same amount over that period of time. That is an option. It's something we are still working on. We'll look at the viability of it so that at the end of the day, on the supply side, we can also guarantee supply, because at the moment sometimes you stock like maybe 60% of 10 year, 40% of 5 years, and at the end of the when demand comes, one is higher than one, and you cannot meet up with those demands. These are part of the issues causing backlog. So it's not an option we are looking at. But now to the issue of correctionals, if I may,
I think the good news has been delivered. Iṣẹ́ tẹ́ rán mi gbogbo èèyàn aráàlú òyìnbó, mo rí pé ó débi tó yẹ kó dé. You have heard it from the horse's mouth now. Ẹni tó wà ní charge kíní kan ló kù. Your Excellency Mr. Minister sir, àwọn tí wọ́n ń kó lọ, this goes to Minister of Foreign Affairs Minister. Kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé ní gbogbo ìgbà Fúlàní lẹ́ ń kó lọ sí embassies káàkiri? Wàláì, South Korea wọ́n complain pé Fúlàní ló wà ní embassies káàkiri. Germany, gbogbo Europe wọ́n complain pé Fúlàní ló wà láwọn embassies àwọn káàkiri tó attend sáwọn, and they don't have manners. Wọ́n ní northerners ṣáá ní gbogbo ìgbà that they don't have manners. They talk to them anyhow. Go to America, àwọn náà complain pé not. My question is that ṣé àwọn northerners nìkan ló wà láyé ni sir? Minister of External Affairs, ẹ bá wa rí sáwọn area yẹn. The era of not occupying all this is too much. Àwọn aráàlú òyìnbó yẹn complain gan lórí àwọn northerners. Even màmá kan sọ pé ńgbà tóun wọ toilet, ó dà pé mo play voice note ìyá yẹn gan. Ńgbà tóun wọ toilet, ó lóun sá padà ní pé òun wò pé ṣé Amẹ́ríkà làwọn wà ìṣá. Ó ní because wọ́n bastardize toilet wọn ní embassy. Of recent, I went to America embassy. I went to UK embassy. Àwọn nǹkan tí mo ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, mo fẹ́ toilet, mo dẹ̀ béèrè pé toilet wọn dà. They showed me the toilet, no forget. Mo lè jókòó bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹun. Ní bó ṣe neat tó ní Nàìjíríà o, ká tó wá sọ pé lu wọn. Why tó fi jẹ́ pé always northerners, wọn ò ní respect for anybody, wọn ò ríro gbogbo culture tí wọn làwọn lòun tí wọn culture wọn ò dẹ̀ ní respect fún àgbàlagbà. Àwa la mọ̀ pé kan àgbàlagbà, wọn ò mọ̀ pé kan àgbàlagbà lọ́dọ̀ wọn. They talk anyhow to people, they maltreat them. Gbogbo gbàlára lóyìnbó sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn tẹ́ máa kó lọ ní sísà, ẹ jẹ́ kó jẹ́ from other tribe. Kẹ́dẹ̀ wò wọ́n dáadáa kó má tó dólè, so that they will not defeat your program tẹ́ ẹ ti nílẹ̀ fún wọn. Ṣé báwọn kan ló máa lọ ṣe biometric pẹ̀lú wọn? Àbí ìwé nìkan ló máa kò sí ní kọ́ máa ní contact pẹ̀lú èèyàn, no matter how computerized every program is. Wọ́n ṣàlẹ́ ẹni tó máa lọ bá lọ́hùn tó ṣáà máa jẹ́ one-on-one tí yẹn bá lóun fẹ́ gbowó ńkọ́. Ẹ fún wọn ní portal kan tó lè report anybody tó bá demand unnecessary money from them. It is then I will know this government is anti-corruption. Anybody ní foreign countries tó bá ti lọ o lórí ọ̀rọ̀ visa àbí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ passport to Nigeria, ọ̀rọ̀ renewal gan fẹ́ gbà mí o. Anybody tó bá ti demand anything from them, come ní portal tí wọ́n máa report onítọ̀hún sí, and as soon as they are reporting them, you investigate, you discover that it is true, withdraw them back to Nigeria. It is then they will know that ẹ̀wà kò ń ṣoúnjẹ àjẹsùn. Àwọn ènìyàn complain bitterly. Mr. Senator, Mr. Minister sir, ẹ bá wa rí sí àwọn area yẹn. Ìjọba yẹn wọ́n tún gbé mi dè tí mo tún rí over 580 million naira recovered again from detained former EFCC chairman Bawa. DSS source says amid calls for his prosecution or release. Wọ́n ní this comes amidst a pressure on the DSS to either release Bawa or charge him to court with offence the secret police investigation has found that Bawa committed. Nigeria secret police have retrieved over 580 million naira from the former chairman of the anti-corruption body, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Abdulrasheed Bawa. Source have told Sahara reporters. Sahara reporter ló report ele. Source in the Department of State Services (DSS), which has detained Bawa since June, told Sahara reporters on Friday that the former anti-corruption chief has coughed up over 580 million illegally acquired during his time as the head of agency. Ẹ wò, ẹ má jẹ́ dára wa láàmú. Gbogbo ìtàn sì gbà yérémọdé ni. Ṣẹ́ni lọ Saudi tó lọ waste $15,000 ní 580 million máa wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Tí EFCC bá press further, wọ́n á sì rí àwọn millions of dollars tó starch síbì kan. Gbogbo àwọn ẹni ara àwọn cabals tá à ń sọ nìyẹn tí wọ́n bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ débi tó dé yìí. And the earlier we begin to see all this, the better. The earlier tíjọba ìrẹ́dì láti kóraró, láti ṣe pakitímọ́ra, láti ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe, the better. All Nigerians wọ́n fọwọ́ lẹ́rán báyìí, wọ́n wo tíjọba ìfẹ́ ṣe. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó pẹ́ jù ká má bàa fi ẹgbẹ̀rún ọdún pélé wèrè, torí tó bá máa já àsìkò lè ti lọ. Do the right thing at the right time. Nigerians are waiting. Nigeria are totally becoming impatient now. Torí pé bàtà tó ń ta wá lẹ́sẹ̀ yẹn ti ń ta wá lẹ́sẹ̀ jù. Mr. President, use your very good office. Talk to your ministers. They should all expedite actions. Action that we are going to feel the efficacy with immediate effect. We need to be feeling the efficacy within 1 to 2 to 3 years. A fẹ́ máa rí ìdùnnú ṣẹ́rí téèyàn bá ń ṣe oúnjẹ. Àwọn ọ̀tọ̀wò kan wà takọ́ sì máa ṣe náà, ṣepo wà ń bẹ̀, ṣáta wà ń bẹ̀, kì í ṣe oúnjẹ gangan. A mọ̀ pé long term project ló ń jẹ gangan kó tó jiná. Because you promised us that ẹ̀yin ò fẹ́ ṣe ti yín palliatively, ẹ fẹ́ ṣe permanently ni. Yes, we want that. But sir, àyàngbé ajá dùn. Èèyàn lè ti kú kájá tó gbẹ tẹ́bí yẹn bá pọ̀ jù. Ẹ má jẹ́ kébi àti ìnira pọ̀ jù fún wa nítorí ìgbádùn tá fẹ́ gbá ní future. Ẹ bá wa dẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe dẹ̀kun fún wa. Ẹ ṣe àwọn projects, ẹ ṣe àwọn programs tó máa mú permanent palliative wá. I'm not talking of palliative kan pé ráìsì kan pẹ́ wà, no. Those palliatives you are enriching some pockets. Kẹ fún wọn lówó kẹ ní kán rẹwà fún wa kán ra ráìsì, irọ́ ni tó tóbi. Àwọn kan dolówó sí látara ẹ̀ ni. Do some programs tẹ́ mọ̀ pé ó lè mú dẹ̀kùn bá wa at least temporarily for now, tó dẹ̀ máa délé tó máa dóko. Ẹ wò gbà tán ṣe empower, very welcome program. Bó lóòótọ́ àwọn kan kò wú ẹ̀jẹ̀. You see, the problem we having in this country is that our mindset is very very porous. Even if you have best program, some people will still tarnish the image, some people will still bastardize it. Nítorí pé èròǹgbà wa Nàìjíríà kò yé mi. Ohun tá a sọ owó dà aṣọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ni. And everybody like corruption. Kódà kẹ́ fọmọdé lówó lọ ra nǹkan báyìí wá. Tí nǹkan yẹn bá jẹ́ nǹkan tí ó lè ní accountability lé lórí, ó lè yọ owó yẹn sẹ́yìn. Ẹni kó ra nǹkan 10 naira. Wàlẹ́ ó lè ro ní 5 naira kò ní 10 naira nìyẹn. Tó bá jẹ́ nǹkan tẹ́ lè measure. Téèyàn bá ní kó mọ lọ ra bread wá sí, àti mọ iye tí wọ́n ń ta bread. A dẹ̀ ti mọ bó ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ rí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn nǹkan kan wà tá a máa rán tó jẹ́ pé a ní mọ ṣé lóòótọ́ ló ra oníye yẹn, ṣé lóòótọ́ kọ́. Ibẹ̀ ni corruption ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀. ibẹ̀ ni corruption ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀. Tá a bá ríro ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tá a dẹ̀ discover bẹ́ẹ̀ ká nà gidi ká sọ fún pé a kì í ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tún Nàìjíríà ṣe látọ̀dọ̀ wa nìyẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ táwọn kan wà wọ́n máa bá wọn bò ní títí tó lè wọ́n wá fi gbópọn láti 10 naira 20 naira wọ́n graduate sí 1000 2000 from 2000 1000 they will graduate to hundreds of thousands from there they will graduate to million before you know they will be stealing billions tí billions bá tó wá máa jí dollars irú wọn là rí and the cushion effect kì í ṣe tó dáa. Ẹ wo ọmọbìnrin tá a gbé wá ní ìjẹta a whole graduate tó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀dá láàrú. Could you believe pé thousands of them are like that all over Nigeria? A lot of them like that were in Nigeria tí wọn ò ní opportunity pé káyé gbọ́ ohun wọn. Ṣé bí Ọlọ́run tó ní pé àsìkò tiẹ̀ tó ó máa rí owó gbà náà ló jẹ́ kí ọmọbìnrin yẹn lọ ṣe kinní tó máa ń ṣe àwọn tó máa ń gbé kinní kiri gbé fóònù kiri yẹn ló jẹ́ kó kan òun náà tá a fi lè gbóhùn ẹ̀. Mo mọ̀ pé láti bí ìjẹta tí mo ti ṣú ẹ̀ àti máa rá àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n rẹ́dì láti fún ọmọbìnrin yẹn ní nǹkan just to change his condition. A whole graduate of Lagos State University. In fact Lagos State University kò yẹ ká ti ráwọn alumni wọn tí wọ́n ti máa wá ọmọbìnrin yẹn kàn tàbí tán ti máa táwọn yẹ kí n ti rẹ́ni pè mí pé please I'm an alumni of LASU help me look for the woman. Wá àti rẹ̀ anybody sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ bóyá sì pé ò tí tó pátápátá ni torí irú ẹgbẹ́ tán bá ṣó ẹ̀ social media bẹ́ẹ̀ ọlọ́lẹ̀ ti bẹ̀ ṣí náà fẹ́ lómi. I wept when I watched that video. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ wà ojoojúmọ́ ni wọ́n rí dùnú látara country wọn. Can't we do that in Nigeria? I believe it is possible. Mr. President sir, mo fẹ́ kí ẹ bá wa ṣe country débi wípé gbogbo owó táwọn alájẹbánu wa jí gbé ẹ gbà padà ẹ bá wa fi túnlù ṣe. Mo gbọ́ pọ́n lẹ́tí àwọ́dù kọ́ńtrátì Abẹ́òkúta sí ọ̀nà Èkó ẹjọ́ ó ti wà long overdue. Sango sí Ọ̀tà ó ti wà long overdue. Ọ̀tà ságbára ooo gbogbo àwọn ibi tí mo wí bẹ́ẹ̀ ra mọ́tò tuntun lẹ́nìí tó bá máa fi gbé kọjá láwọn títí ọ̀nà tá à ń sọ yìí pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run kò lè gbé kọjá ọjọ́ mẹ́ta táwọn tí kìíní á ti di páànù lásán á ti di ordinary páànù á ti pieces báyìí mọ́tò brand new car tó jẹ́ ìlẹ̀jà nylon lára rẹ̀. Inú mi dùn pé Godswill Akpabio náà sọ òun náà dárúkọ Ogun State pé tó gbogbo ọ̀nà yẹn they are not motorable. Yes, a lot. Not Ogun State alone. Ẹ bá wa ṣe àwọn nǹkan yìí kí inú wa dùn kí iná wà kómi wà kí títì tó jágere wà ìtò wá jalága ẹ̀ ààbò. Ẹ bá wa rí sáwọn Fúlàní yìí is too much o. Would you believe pé nísìn ó tiẹ̀ ti wá mọ́ra àti ń páàkì sí fún màálù láti kọjá wàláhì ó pọ̀ l'Abẹ́òkúta gidi tààrà. Mo tó dà mo bínú rìkọ́ọ̀dù kan láàárọ̀ yìí I have to park àgbà táwọn ọ̀gá wa ń bọ̀ first citizen of Nigeria màálù nígbà tó ń bọ̀ bóyá park mo wá wine up kínú má bí kan nu wọn kó má wàá fi ìwo kó má wàá fi fọ́ gíláàsì mọ́tò mọ́ mi lára bóyá park bóyá wine up pẹ̀tọ́ má fi bínú wáyọ̀ wo tì mí o. Mo wẹ ní tẹ̀lé wọn náà títí pé ṣé ẹ̀ ṣe làákàyè ni ṣé bí wọ́n ń dẹran gbà kan Nàìjíríà yìí tó jẹ́nu igbó ni wọ́n ti ń dà àwọn ti lajú débi wípé kódà láàrin títì express ẹ máa rí tí wọ́n ń dẹran ẹ̀yìn àti mọ́tò àtẹran lẹ́jọ́ máa pín títì rìn sí. What is really happening, Mr. President? Ẹ bá wa rí sí àwọn eré ẹ̀ àwọn ò máa lo channel wa láti ṣe gbélé gbọ́ fún yín kẹ́ ẹ lè gbọ́ ìntàwọn èèyàn sọ àti ìntàwọn èèyàn fẹ́. We want you to please use your very good office to do palliative for people and to alleviate our problems. Ẹ jẹ́ kó ń jẹ kárí ẹ jẹ́ kárí lé gbé ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé Nàìjíríà ní rọrùn. In fact, it got to a stage people are even calling for regional government. Pé bóyá torí Nàìjíríà ti pọ̀ jù ni ò ṣe sí solution. Èmi dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé solution máa wà tá a bá wish láti ṣètò láti provide solution. We are waiting for that solution. My dear President, by God's grace, you shall succeed. Nigeria shall succeed. Good day.
BGI TV yìí mo fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ ti ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́, ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n, eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. BGI TV yìí mo fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ ti ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́, ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n, eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. Àjànà kó kọjá mo rí nǹkan fèrè, bàbá rere káwí parí. BGI TV, we are the pace setter. Bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n station tí dòde.